Our gardens are our sanctuaries, peaceful, private, plant-filled corners of this green and pleasant land.
But not everyone has caught the gardening bug. Some of the gardens you're about to see are shocking.
This is so bad.
So monstrous, they're crimes against nature itself.
Don't want to admit that something like this is your own, do you?
It's like a bump site.
It is depressing. I hate coming out.
In a lifetime of gardening, I've never seen gardens so bad. But help is at hand. I've assembled a crack team to help rehabilitate some of the worst gardens in Britain. Garden designer Danny believes he can bring out the gardener in everyone.
Encouraging people to grow into gardeners is just as satisfying to me as seeing their gardens grow.
Can't believe that that's how easy it is.
For Penny, it's all about the power tools.
With these tools in my hand, I can cut down and clear out, or I can rescue and recycle.
Absolutely brilliant.
Everyone has what it takes to look after a garden. And we're on a mission to show you how easy it really is.
Nice one. Look, it's good.
It's time to turn Britain's filthiest gardens
Into fabulous gardens. Wow, look at this.
This means the world to us. Absolutely unbelievable.
It's beautiful. Just can't get over it.
I don't think I've ever seen a garden so beautiful in all my life.
This is Filthy Garden SOS.
This time, a grandson desperate to give his nan back her lifelong passion for gardening.
I used to make money out of it. They'd knock on our door and they'd give me sixpence for some fresh out the garden. Yeah.
Alwin is 86 and starting to forget things. Now Ryan wants help to revitalise both her garden and her memory.
So that then sent me on a Google search to look at how we can slow down the decline. And again, I saw gardening come up.
We're in White City in West London for a gruesome garden that's gone wild.
You got yourself?
Yeah, I think I can manage.
Ryan has just moved in to help take care of Alwin, but they have a problem.
I'd like to introduce you to our big jungle. I'm absolutely embarrassed of the garden.
It's a disgrace.
Over the years, I have tried to tackle this. This garden is so fertile, it comes back with a vengeance.
I'm still wondering what the hell's going on sometimes.
Which is heartbreaking because for more than 70 of her 86 years, Alwin has been a gardener who loves nature. She was taught by her own mum how to grow fruit, veg and herbs in the family plot.
Outside our back door, there was a patch of mint. If anyone was cooking lamb on a Sunday, they'd knock on our door and they'd give me sixpence for some mint fresh out the garden. Yeah.
But Alwin has more exotic memories of gardens too. As a young bride, she lived in the Far East.
I had my 21st birthday in Hong Kong, and I celebrated that by going to the Tiger Balm Gardens, and they were so beautiful.
But now there's a desperate need to reclaim an outdoor space, and Ryan has moved on from his partying life to become her full-time carer.
We went to the doctors a couple of months ago because I've noticed recently that she's been forgetting a lot and stuff like that, which isn't like her. She's always been very, very switched on. So that then sent me on a Google search to look at how we can help kind of slow down the decline. And again, I saw gardening come up.
I'd like to start gardening again, but you think, where the hell do I start?
Hopefully with some hard graft from myself, we can make something that we can both kind of share together.
Yeah.
It's a mammoth job that will need determination.
But working as a team to bring gardens back to life is what we do. Is that it there?
That must be the house.
No, it can't be, surely.
Look at the head, that's it.
Well,
That's a joke.
that is a joke. I mean, that is complete. You can't see the house, actually. Can't think of it.
No.
It's completely engulfed in privet.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I've not seen privet that high before.
I'll get stuck right into that with my chainsaw. So.
Okay.
Morning, it is the land of the hedge, isn't it?
Yeah.
But at least these are all trimmed. Come and see what I've seen. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at this pile of rubbish here.
I know.
Look at the size. The hedges have just grown. You have to fight your way into an urban jungle.
Yeah, I'm expecting a wild cat to jump out.
A first impression always counts. And it's crackly underfoot. It's not going to make you feel good.
Who leaves a fridge in their garden? Who leaves 20 bags of rubbish in their garden?
And this is a sunny day, and yet...
You wouldn't know it, would you?
No, you wouldn't in here.
It must be gloomy indoors. There's no lights getting in through the windows.
It's time we all met.
Hello. Hi, Alwin.
Hello.
How are you?
All right, how are you?
We're all great, but we're mystified.
Mystified.
Yeah. What do you see when you look at it?
It's overwhelming, isn't it? You just don't know where do you start to change it.
Yeah.
What happened?
All the kids have moved away. The children have moved. My husband had passed away. My mum had gone. So I think I just shut myself in until Ryan came.
And the garden began to encroach on you and trap you in.
A bit like Great Expectations, isn't it? And I thought perhaps I was getting like that in there.
You know, I know that she has these feelings of being scared of going out, but I've never really heard her word it in such a way. So it's quite, you know, it's quite saddening to hear that from your grandma.
It's understandable the garden became too much for Alwin and turned wild. Ryan can tell us more.
Kind of lived here on and off for about 10 years, so I'd kind of have a little go at it. And then it's like every time I come back, it just got more and more and more.
Overgrown.
Yeah.
What it doesn't explain is all the rubbish bags and the fridge, this table, and some bits of rubbish lying about.
You know, I can put my hands up. That's not really the way to treat your garden, is it?
Yeah.
There's no real excuse for the rubbish there.
With Ryan being a full-time carer for Alwin, it does leave him so little time to maintain the garden or do any sort of work to the garden. I sympathise with that, although if he maintained it 5-10 minutes a day, it wouldn't be in this state that it is.
Are you prepared this time to get in if you know what you're doing and if you have some help?
I feel like I'm ready to kind of get my hands dirty. At the moment, this is kind of the family house, but the family don't really come here because we don't have a lot of space to kind of house them.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to kind of have like a meet-up place for the family again. You know, me and Nan really want to get into growing our own fruits and vegetables as well.
What do fruit and vegetables need?
They need sunlight, they need water, and they need nutrients.
And you kind of get none of that here at the moment?
Absolutely not.
Time to get this clear out started, and I know exactly where to begin. Ryan, I've got your first job.
Okay, coming.
Get all those bags into the bin at the front.
Okay.
All right,
so
on you go.
let's
You go first. There's nowhere to park a skip, so our priority is to clear that jungle of a front garden. Then we'll have space to dump the mountain of rubbish clogging up the much bigger back garden. And Ryan is straight to work. We are, there you go.
Let's get rid of it.
See how easy that was? There was no earthquake.
It felt good because it was like, right, job done. It's actually super, super easy. What's next?
You can't beat a bit of cutting back to get the blood flowing through the veins.
But what this space needs is a flow of light. The plant menu for deep shade is limited. Ferns, ivies and trilliums, for example. But that's not the idea here.
I think we need to open it up to more light to make it usable, to be able to grow some fruit and veg. But there's also a little bit of magic to this sense
The
of
way it
mystery.
arches over,
Exactly.
yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
like
of
that?
course. I mean, it looks nice, definitely. I didn't actually really realise the arch before.
There's a very delicate balance to be achieved with this garden. I think it'd be a shame to open this garden completely, so the challenge will be marrying a new garden into a wild setting.
And I can only do that once all the cutting back is done.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
It's maybe time for kind of regroup. take a look at the garden to see what the possibilities
Yeah, sure.
for a new garden in this space could be.
Well, my thoughts are we should work with the garden. There is the bare bones of a lovely space. So let's enhance it.
Yeah.
So we're going to adapt, not start from scratch. To give Alwin space a memory-filled oriental feel, we'll create a magical pathway of Japanese maples. There'll be a calm retreat in the form of a garden studio at the end of the path, as well as a new terrace for entertaining the family. Because the back garden is north-facing, the front gets all the sun. So that's the place for a herb and veg patch where Alwin and Ryan can work together. There's over 100 square metres of back garden to clear. Grubbing out by hand would prevent fungal rot and new shoots springing up. We definitely need more hands on this job.
Woo! Finally!
Wow, they're
Thank
here.
goodness!
I was so amazed to see how quickly that garden was cleared at the back.
Yeah.
I think I was about 6 years old since I saw it that clear. So I got a bit of a nostalgic kind of feeling, which was quite strange.
Now, because this garden has to jump from a wilderness into the 21st century, we want to create a space they can use all year round. Our studio arrives tomorrow, but we don't need foundations.
Do you know what these are? They're ground screws, and they're quite amazing because they will act, 16 of them, as the foundation for the building we're going to put in.
That's so good.
It really is good because it saves us using concrete, so much more eco-friendly than that. And it's fast. There's no kind of going off time. And it'll rise it above the ground, so it allows for air circulation around it.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm wondering what Alwin makes of it all.
So, how does it feel being able to see the sky?
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Because this was covered in a canopy of leaves, wasn't it? It was like a forest.
Yeah. But it's changed, doesn't it, to be able to see the clouds?
It's amazing to see how much work we've done in just one day. I mean, can you imagine what we can do in 5 days?
Yeah.
Coming up,
Put your back into it.
Ryan has to redouble his efforts.
So how many tons of this has got to go down then?
At least 4.
Oh, wow.
And the complexity of the job really sinks in.
I have never seen a privet in need of such a haircut. This one is reaching for the skies.
In West London, Ryan has moved in with Nan Alwin to be her full-time carer. He wants to get her out of the house more, but there's a massive problem.
I'm absolutely embarrassed of the garden.
He's asked me, Danny and Penny to transform her nightmare outdoor space into a sanctuary with plant-filled reminders of her past, as well as space for the family to create new memories. We've already cleared a mountain of rubbish, elder and privet that was running wild. It's 8:30 on day 2, and Ryan is buzzing.
This morning, I'm feeling fresh. You know, I had a little look out at my garden and I just got the tingles all around because obviously it's finally happening. I've not actually seen a plan or a design at the moment.
There's a really good reason for that.
You know, it's very important that we just don't come in and present a garden and leave. Ryan and Alwin have to be invested in that. First of all, we want to make it usable and create a space that Alwin can really walk through. But gardens should bring memories, so that's the first thing. We're going to create a space that's comfortable, that's safe, and hopefully full of little hints of memories.
Wow, thank you so much, guys.
Bearing in mind, we need to pay special attention to the wildlife. But we got to be gently with this space. Once it's taken down, we cannot put it back.
Of course.
So one of the great temptations would have been to have got rid of that ivy that's in the corner.
Yeah.
I bet you've been wondering about that,
I've been
haven't you?
eyeing it up, yeah.
But that's a great source of food. We need to keep that in this space.
Okay.
Okay?
Obviously, we've left quite a lot of the top canopy. Now, do you think that what we've kind of left will take away my sunny garden I'm looking for?
If everything stops for a second, just listen in the background. Can you hear the birds? If we don't have trees, if we don't have a canopy, we won't have birds.
Yeah.
We know the original garden was a mess. It was overgrown, wasn't fit for purpose, didn't invite them out. We have to solve all that. But he wants his spot of sunshine, and that's important too.
Put your back into it.
Ryan worked hard on day one, but he'd better take a few more deep breaths. He's been given one of the project's most grueling jobs, preparing the base for the terrace.
I think I'm going to be digging holes, getting my hands dirty. I'm ready for it. Bring it on. So how many tons of this has got to go down then?
At least 4.
Oh, wow. Definitely get my daily workout.
Wow, nice to see you getting your back into it, Ryan. You're going to have muscles upon muscles.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Ryan is working like a Trojan, and I'm not surprised.
Now he's using a plate compactor, which has a vibrating metal base. It compacts the rubble to make sure the finished surface is even for a perfect patio.
There's a lot of activity going on all around Alwyn's house.
I just love Alwyn. There's a twinkle in the eye and a sense of fun.
Should I be worried? She wants a word.
Could I ask you something?
Yeah.
Where would I be able to get a lavender bush? My mother planted it when we lived over the road, and she took cuttings and she put them in the front outside a little block of flats for the elderly. She's gone now, but they'd called it Lavender Court.
Because of what she had done. Often flowers and plants trigger off memories of people because it is your elders, your grandparents, your parents, your aunts, your uncles who teach you how to garden.
We'll find a place in the garden that lavender will grow.
Thank you.
You go back in and I'll see you later.
Yeah.
So those plants will hold enormous amount of memories for people. And for somebody in Alwyn's position, that becomes more and more important.
While Danny starts on the towering hedge out front, I want to remind Ryan why his nan's glitzy pass in the Far East is one of the keys to my design. We're visiting the Japanese garden in Hammersmith Park.
Look at this. It's a conifer and it's hovering out in layers over the water. Remember, central to your garden, we have that elder. And if you look now, the way we've pruned the elder, the arching branches, that has beauty. And just behind us, what's that?
We've got our ivory.
And you've already got your ivy.
We certainly do.
So why would we clear it all out? That's a perfect ground cover. It'll grow in awkward areas, you know, dry shade. Absolutely perfect plant for dry shade as we have here. So I'm not going to throw that out.
No, I mean, now I can kind of see it all pruned and trimmed and whatnot.
Exactly.
I can see how it works, yeah.
But the real inspiration for the new garden is Alwyn herself.
We can spark some memories and make her feel comfortable in a rejuvenated garden of quietness, of meditation, of thoughts, and of happiness.
I think that's such a good idea, and I like how we kind of thought about Nan's past, about how she lived in the Far East, and how looking to kind of incorporate this into her garden so she's got a walking memory, which is really, really nice.
But there's nothing nice about these privet hedges.
I have never seen a privet in need of such a haircut. This one is reaching for the skies.
And we need to get the sunshine hitting the ground if we're going to create a herb and veg plot.
So it's going to look a bit woody after you trimmed it. It's going to look a bit bare, but you don't need to worry about that because in time it will green up and it will look like all the other well-kept hedges in this road.
Privet is evergreen and tolerates pollution, but do let it flower in June for the bees and moths. Avoid cutting hedges between March and August, and always check for birds' nests, as we've done.
A big part of the design is the garden studio where Ryan can unwind when he needs to. The boys have put the membrane down to stop any weeds and just give it that sealant that we need on top of the ground screws. The floors, walls and the roof come pre-insulated, and because it's a self-build kit, it should be quick and easy to install. Ryan's back from the Japanese garden, and I wonder what he'll make of it.
Probably the most exciting thing I've seen all year. Like, wow.
I just think it's amazing how fast it all comes together.
I couldn't believe it. It's incredible.
Was that Ryan's voice just then? I've got a job for him.
Ryan?
Hello.
Hello,
Yes.
I'm here.
Coming.
Right, as you can see, I've been busy while you've been away.
Yeah, wow, I've never actually seen the hedge cut down this low.
It's got to get lower still. Let's crack on.
And I'll give you 10 minutes, and I expect all this to be done.
OK, I'll have it done in 5.
Another major task is to erect a fence between Alwin and her neighbour. A tree trunk that straddled their shared boundary needs to come out, but there is a problem. The fence was meant to go up today, but because of that tree stump, we couldn't. Get my chainsaw, start it up. Instantly regret it. I'm so frustrated. This tree, it's literally solid. I've sharpened my chain about 3 times already. We need to get the fence up. I'm fuming, I'm raging. The real Scots is coming out in me now.
Glad you're laughing, Penny. Ryan and I are still lopping.
Hi, Ryan.
Oh, hey.
How you doing?
Yeah, not bad. I've just been having a good old trim of these.
Privet can need trimming twice a year. It grows 2 to 3 feet in that time.
We'll make a gardener out of you yet.
Yeah.
So, as your grandmother's full-time carer, it must bring on its own pressures.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What's really kind of contributed to her mental health is the fact that she's constantly just sitting down watching the TV all day, every day. And if you're not getting out and kind of getting that variety in your life, no matter who you are, no matter how old you are, I feel like anyone will kind of start to develop some cognitive kind of changes. So I think having that outside space and being able to kind of turn the TV off for a couple of hours a day, I feel like it will make a massive change for her.
I've been very impressed with Ryan. He really has got stuck in. He's a definite candidate for getting hooked and addicted to gardening.
I'm over the partying. I want to start kind of getting involved in more kind of sensible things, really, like gardening.
Meanwhile, I'm still struggling with this monster tree trunk. I will leave here in tears tonight if it means I'm leaving in so much pain. I just want Alwin and Ryan to get the garden that they want. I'm not going to ever be beaten by a tree. I'm removing it in sections, but with a stump this big, it would have been easier for me with a bigger chainsaw and a stump grinder. I can actually sit down and have a cup of coffee.
And that is really well deserved, Penny. Another great day done and dusted. But coming up, Alwin applies for the job of project manager.
This is never going to get done if we spend all day doing a lot of this.
OK, well, I'll tell you what, I'll take that as a hint to get cracking.
I think you should.
OK.
While Ryan has a confession to make.
I've never actually planted a flower before.
We're in West London helping Ryan, a full-time carer, turn a dark and loved garden
Oh my goodness.
Look at this pile of rubbish here.
into a space that tells the story of his nan's life.
Would I be able to get a lavender bush? My mother planted it.
We'll find a place in the garden that lavender will grow.
Thank you.
Well, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, and we have half a garden. Plants are going to arrive, a lot of digging to do. I can't wait for the next couple of days.
Start of a new day. I think I'm going to be getting involved in the fencing, which should be interesting. I've never done anything like that before.
Good fences make good neighbours, they say, and we have a quick way of securing the posts. I'm using postcrete, which is a concrete mix that only needs water adding to it.
You pour that in the hole.
So water in this hole here, yeah?
That's right. Just fill it right up. Be generous with it. Be confident. Get it filled up. I'm going to make myself useful, and I'm going to pour in the quick-drying cement. How's that? And just make sure it goes right round the post. Nice and even.
When creating the holes for fence posts, dig down roughly 1/3 the height of the panel, then fill in.
The great thing about this quick-drying cement is that it probably only takes about 20 minutes to go off.
Oh, cool.
And then this should be firm.
Yeah.
The fencing is very interesting. It's a composite material made from upcycled materials, and it's been designed to last for up to 25 years. Right, Ryan, let's get these panels in, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
And as you can see, there's the tongue, because these are tongue and groove.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a groove.
Almost fits like a puzzle then.
Absolutely. So you take that end,
Yeah.
and it should fit as snug as a
perfect.
bug in a rug without any gaps.
Great.
So pass me the next one. There we go. This will finish it off.
Great.
And what do you think of the overall effect?
I think it's really nice. It's a nice kind of smooth effect. I love the way it all kind of fits together. It's lovely.
Now the path is laid and the fence nearly up, we can concentrate on upgrading the soil.
That soil has been depleted through generations of gardening. In recent years, it's become a bit of a wasteland, so, you know, let's enrich that.
All gardens are only as good as their soil, and they all need a wide variety of nutrients. First, a layer of topsoil, and then a second of organic matter. The big question is, what's Ryan hoping to grow?
I hope that we're going to get some nice kind of colourful flowers. I'm hoping that a lot of these are kind of easy to maintain. For myself, kind of looking after the garden. Never actually planted a flower before.
Well, we can fix that.
We want it to look good all year round, but we also want it to be easy maintenance.
Yeah. Oh, I love the colour of these ones here.
They're azaleas, a perfect oriental plant. That wants to be in the shade.
Oh, really? OK.
Yeah.
What is this interesting looking plant?
That's Purus japonica, again, dappled shade. Whereas the rosemary, full sun.
Funny, because I didn't know that certain plants like the shade.
Oh, absolutely. Some plants will only do well in deep shade, some only in open sunshine. So the lavender she wants, that will mainly go in the front garden where it's baked in the heat.
Yeah, we learn a new thing every day. Nam will definitely be excited when she gets to see these plants. And I can't wait to see her face when she actually sees it all together.
Another thing Alwin is about to clap eyes on for the first time in years is the view from her front window.
Hi, Alwin.
Hi.
You've got a lot more light in this room now, haven't you? Which you didn't have before.
I should be reading like this with a book up to my nose.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Seriously? But at least you've got some natural light coming into your lounge now,
brilliant.
which is great.
But I didn't realise it was so big.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because it was so overgrown.
Yeah.
It kind of made this front garden look smaller than it actually is. And now that we've cleared it, you can see its true size.
This is never going to get done if we spend all day doing a lot of this.
OK, well, I'll tell you what, I'll take that as a hint to get cracking.
I think you should.
OK. Thanks for the G-up, Alwin. Next job for me and your grandson, fresh privet for the front to plug all those unattractive gaps. We want this hedge to look as immaculate as possible from the start.
Yeah, of course.
And I want to line it up as much as possible with the existing one.
OK.
I've got some trusted marker paint.
Sweet.
All you need to do, put it on the ground and then just draw a line. Like that. There you are, Ryan. You can finish it off.
OK.
That's it. That's it. Plants privet 30 centimetres apart and the hole the same depth as the pot they're in. Shall we put the privet in position?
Yeah, let's go.
The more closely you plant the hedge in, the quicker it will intertwine and form that iconic hedge. Just keep well watered in this first few months. I think you've done really well there.
It's the end of the penultimate day. The rear patio is nearly finished, but we need to pay attention to the front.
The front.
How's that coming on?
I think it's a bit slow, Captain Dermot.
Aye, let's go and see. So it's good to see it clear, but look at this, Danny.
Oh my gosh, well done!
It's a big difference, isn't it? When you think what it was like when we first arrived.
It was just a wall of trees, a
Yeah.
wall of privet. It was a fortress.
It was.
You could not see a thing.
So you're regenerating that hedge, planting a new one, a fresh one along here.
Yeah.
One day to go, though. What else needs doing? Yeah.
There's going to be a raised planter in here.
Oh, lovely.
And there's going to be a lovely path leading to it.
Oh, that's great.
And we're going to finish it off with gravel and lavender.
Lavender. Still a lot to do, but hopefully we'll get there.
I'm worried for Danny because it's a huge job, but at the same time, I've got my own stuff to worry about. I've got to do my upcycling project. I've got to finish dressing the structure, so it's a bit stressful.
Next day, Ryan is first on site, ready for the final push.
How are you?
Morning. If I look at myself, say, a month ago, gardening pretty much seemed, although it was something that I wanted to get involved with, I hadn't really had that hands-on experience enough to say, you know, this is definitely something that I want to do. But now I've kind of been through this process, I'm actually getting really excited to kind of earn my green fingers, as they say.
So by the end of play today, it should be a total transformation.
Yeah.
Good luck, everyone.
Cheers.
Hey.
You make your own luck. The raised planters are built and the turf has arrived. One of the things to do is to check for any yellowing. Now, that looks absolutely fine. This is really good quality turf, but there's one more check we need to do. By holding it up like this, it's staying together nicely. So I know that I'm going to be happy to lay this in the front garden. Turf should be laid as soon as possible after delivery. And if it breaks, don't panic. Push it back together in situ and water well every day.
Meanwhile, I have an upcycling surprise just for Alwin. I'm making something good out of something that's been left in the garden for who knows how long. I have decided to turn this old table that used to belong to Alwin's mum into a beautiful planter. And it's going to have gorgeous draping plants down. It's just going to be so nice. First, I need to get rid of all the dirt and the grime with hot soapy water. Just make sure to wipe off any excess moisture. So you can see how dirty that water is. An orbital sander will smooth surfaces without leaving marks no matter the direction of the wood grain. Just remember to wear your PPE. And here's Diarmuid with the plants.
So the idea here is to either sink it in or stand it on top, but I think sunken in would be nice.
Sunken in, yeah, and it's got that lip as well, so that can hold on.
And perfect. And I love the fact that this would be, it's an elephant's ear, alocasia. It's a type of thing that Alwin would have seen in Hong Kong.
They're lovely.
The story of Alwin's life will be written into every corner of her new garden. But we're not ready to reveal it just yet. Coming up, Ryan develops his design instincts.
I don't really want to put one plant that looks similar to another plant next to each other.
And what will Alwin think of her transformed garden?
It's unbelievable. I would never, ever in a million years have thought I'd have a garden like this one day.
We're in London, White City, West London to be exact, where we're helping Ryan turn his nan Alwin's wilderness,
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
into a garden to remind her of people and places in her long life and to boost her well-being.
I think having an outside space, I feel like it will make a massive change for her.
Ryan's the ultimate gardening novice, but he's really put his back into this project. I love the fact that he's picked up new skills on this journey. It's time to plant the back garden, Oriental style. What I want you to do, have a look at these plants and you place them where you think they should go.
Okay. Is there any right or wrong answer in this, or?
No, there definitely is.
Okay. This one, I might actually put over here.
What are you thinking?
I'm trying to get like a mixture of different colours and heights. I don't really want to put one plant that looks similar to another plant next to each other.
You're thinking exactly the way that you should be thinking. I love where you put this Nandina.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Nandina, or heavenly bamboo, also turns fiery red in autumn. The beauty of these Oriental maples is they're very slow growing. You have a fine collection of 4 or 5 in this garden, but it likes to be in dapple shade. On the other hand, if you put an Oriental maple in a situation like this, slightly going over the terrace, slightly going into the lawn, they will never look better. It's time to disappear.
Okay.
When you come back, the lawn will be in, all the plants will be in, and this will be set to be handed over to you and Alwin.
Okay. I've been doing things that I haven't actually done before, didn't think I could do, but I know that I've still got a lot more to learn.
Ryan makes sure Alwin can't get a sneaky peek while we power through the final stages.
That is one filthy garden crossed off the list and turned into a beautiful space.
Through no fault of her own, Alwyn's back garden had deteriorated into an impenetrable jungle.
This garden was a big issue for them. It was a massive problem.
Elder and privet towered over the house, blocking the light. Alwyn felt trapped.
All the kids had moved away. My husband had passed away. My mum had gone. So I think I just shut myself in.
Fences had broken down. The space was out of control. But now, the thinned-out canopy lets dappled sunlight in. It bounces off the gravel and pale porcelain patio, a perfect setting for outdoor seating. There's a garden studio for relaxing in. Plus, there's brand new fencing and gorgeous planting inspired by the Far East.
I think she's going to thrive there, and I think it's going to have a great effect not only on her health, but her relationship with Ryan and with the family.
This space is now full of reminders for Alwin of gardens she's loved, places she's lived, and the people she misses.
I hope they're going to like it.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they will. It's time to let Alwin and Ryan see.
Hello.
Do you want to come out and see your garden?
Wow. Oh my goodness. This is our garden.
What do you think?
It's there. It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. Flowers. I haven't seen flowers in this garden.
You haven't seen blue light, brightness.
No. No.
Up until a week ago, you weren't able to come out that door and you didn't
No.
want to look out.
I kept it locked.
How does it feel to see light and plants?
Just something I haven't felt for a long time.
Alwyn's face was an absolute picture. This is why I love doing what I do. It was clear that it took her back to the time when she was in the Far East. It's a theme that continues into the sophisticated garden studio.
And look at what you arrive at.
Wow. That's so cool.
So if you notice behind you, I've actually saved this oak table.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Amazing what you can do.
I was going to come out and ask you to save it, and I thought, well, I've left it out there. It's a bit of a cheat to expect them to do something.
Well, I read your mind. I read your mind.
Is it real?
It's real. It's absolutely
yeah,
real.
Just can't get over it. It's unbelievable. I would never, ever in a million years have thought I'd have a garden like this one day. Never thought of it.
And the surprises don't end there. Before, the front garden was a wasteland, cast into deep shade by a forest of privet.
I'm not joking. I've not seen privet that high before.
Now it's a light-filled plot where sun-loving plants will flourish, including the plant that Alwyn's mum thought her to love, lavender.
That's what we always did.
I could do with a granny. I've no grannies left. And if I was to pick a granny, that's the one I'd want.
We've also planted other sun worshippers, such as thyme, chives, rosemary and strawberries.
So you must promise me one thing.
What's that?
Because
Yeah.
you've got a nice sunny spot here.
Yeah.
And vegetables and herbs love that.
Yes.
But you've really got to make sure
Yeah,
it's all watered.
Yeah. Yes.
But what will the rest of the family make of it? Alwyn's daughter, granddaughter, and great-grandson have swung by.
Oh, wow. It's completely different. I didn't even realise there was so much space.
I know.
It looks amazing.
How incredible is it?
Wow. It's completely different.
It doesn't even look
You've done a really good job.
When I walked in, I just got a feel of, you know, her time from Hong Kong that she talks about, you know, with the acers and the bamboo at the back. You really got a sense of Mum's past. I think it's really important that Mum has got this space, especially now.
When I met Alwyn first, she was saying that she felt sometimes like Miss Havisham, stuck in the house.
Yeah.
Cobwebs growing around her, not being able to get out here.
Yeah, I can imagine that, yeah.
How does it feel now that you're able to?
Freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah.
And a place we can bring the children and the children to be safe as
So
well.
it feels safe for everybody.
Yeah.
Does it feel like your garden?
I've just got to get used to the idea that it's my garden.
Yes.
It's all mine. I think the last 10 years has been sleepwalking through life. And the way it was before, I was missing out on the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren.
And do you think Mum and Ryan will be able to look after the garden now?
Yes, yeah, it looks much more manageable.
Yeah.
Yeah, just got to keep on top of it.
Yeah.
He has no choice. I'll be on the phone to him every week. You're doing your pruning, you're doing your watering, get it done. If he doesn't, then he's going to be in trouble.
Well, it's been such a pleasure coming to find a garden within this wild space. We have enjoyed it, and we've enjoyed meeting you two enormously because sparks obviously run in the family. And we hope outside, at least, we've brought some of that back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honestly, we can't really put into words what this has done for both of us and how it's actually going to affect, you know, our daily lives in this house. I feel like it's brought back that spark that we were missing for a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah,
That's
it has.
so clear
yeah.
to see.
Yeah.
And do you think you'll be able to garden here? Alwin, will you get out and do a bit, do you think?
Yeah. Even if I just tell him what to do, I'll do something. Yeah.
So it's time we hand the garden back to you.
Okay.
Okay, so
Ah,
for you.
these are our little
I
presents.
I get the trowel. Yeah, thank you.
Happy gardening.
Thank you, guys. Honestly, thank you, thank you,
Enjoy
thank
it.
you.
Seeing Alwyn's face light up when she walked out the door, it was just wonderful.
As for Ryan, wow, wow, wow. I mean, he has truly been inspired.
And that relationship between the two of them, it's adorable, isn't it? That's been a privilege to be part of that experience. But onwards to do some more.
Okay.
Yep.
Now I think Ryan understands the soul of a garden and how it will help him and Gran just have a great time together. And ever since that lovely evening, Ryan says that Alwin is out there all the time. Her mood is lighter, and she's always sharing her memories, including everything she knows about growing herbs and veg.